Now coming into the ring, we have Faberge EMF, which stands for Edgewood Meadow Farm, owned, bred by Chris Schuler. This is a Franzikus Roi du Soleil Pablo filly. This filly is a full sister of the top colt foal at Hilltop last year. I had the opportunity to mention Franzikus earlier, currently ridden at Grand Prix by Ingrid Klimke. Franzikus is a feeder Tons Alabaster son, an extraordinarily supple and athletic 17-hand stallion, dark brown. Franzikus, the reason I mentioned him previously is that he goes back 3 times to that A breeding line, back to the Trakehner Obglans. He also goes back to Rumador twice. I mentioned Rumador earlier today, who is not in the Rubenstein line, but descends from the same R sire as Rubenstein did. We don't see too many of the Plume du Soleil or rather Roi du Soleil offspring here in the United States. Plume du Soleil, the daughter, was the 2015 American Hanoverian Society non-Hanoverian champion with an overall 8 on her inspection score. She was the USDF Horse of the Year, 4th place for 2-year-old fillies. She was the German Oldenburg Verband Reserve Champion 2-year-old. This is a spectacular mare. Roi du Soleil was a modest-sized stallion that hasn't been used as heavily as he might be. He got 10s for character and temperament and 9.75 for rideability and trot scores of 8.75 with 8.5 for canter and walk. He has a dressage breeding index of 144 points. He is a dark bay with 4 white socks, marked very similarly to the foal we just had in the ring prior to this one. You can see from the pedigree that the dam line of Plume du Soleil goes back to the stallion Pablo, who was imported into the United States and stood at Rainbow Equus Meadows Farm out in California until his death just recently. Pablo was almost equally talented in dressage and jumping and competed at Grand Prix in both disciplines.
Okay, let me talk about Chris as a handler first. Chris did an excellent job showing this filly to her top potential. She knew exactly when to shake the bag gently and then she waited, and then she watched, and she saw if she needed to, she did it again, but she never was very hard or harsh or snappy, and didn't overdo it. So I just want to say that she really did an excellent job in showing the horse to its full potential. Now, the mare is by Roi du Soleil, who left us way too soon. He was a nice stallion. He produced some good mares, and as you can see, this mama mare is a nice type. On the filly, she's modern, leggy. The legs are correct. She has room to grow. You know she's going to be probably a little taller than the mom, and she has a beautiful head. We particularly liked her trot, and Chris got the best out of her. She was well stepping under, she was lifting, she was using her shoulder, she reached out and touched down where her toe pointed. We just thought, and she had a lot of, she had suspension and lift. She had carrying power. So we were very pleased with the movement on this filly. Thank you.